there! My name is Rebecca, and I want to welcome you guys to my informative speech. Did you guys know that on a weekly basis, you spend about $25 on piano lessons that are half an hour? Over a 15-year span, you could spend about $4,000 on music books. Over those same 15 years, each week you could spend about 10 hours sitting at the piano practicing your music. Over those same 15 years, you could call hundreds of people wanting to play for them your newly mastered pieces. But the thing that stands out the most would be at the end of all of that time, you finally stand up in Carnegie Hall in front of a huge audience and play with the New York Philharmonic Beethoven's Piano Concerto. Best thing in the world. So, what does all this have to do with what I'm going to tell you? Well, in the spring of 2014, I will have finished all of my requirements necessary to perform my junior recital. So, what is a junior recital, you might ask, or as we in college calls it, a half recital? A junior recital is a requirement for music majors for graduation, and it's when you stand up in front of a various audience and play all the songs that you've learned from your freshman year, your sophomore year, and maybe even some of your junior year. So some of the required classes that you might have to take would be stuff like weekly piano lessons. I have weekly piano lessons where I go in and sit with my teacher and we go over different music that he's assigned. We learn new techniques. He asks questions, he answers them, and we go from there. Other music classes would be that you have music theory where you learn to analyze your pieces, kind of come up with new ways to memorize pieces. In sight singing, you might learn how to hear the notes in a song without actually being near a piano and being able to play them. In a composition class, you might learn how to be more creative in your playing style. Also, one other class that you might have to take would be music history, where you can sit down and learn about the different composers, what time period they wrote in, and maybe some of the stories behind some of the songs that you happen to be playing. So, with music history, this is some of the songs that you might hear me play in my recital. I might play Clair de Lune, which was written by Claude Debussy, who's a French composer in the Romantic period. And then you might hear something like Chopin's Ballade No. 1 in G minor. He's a French composer also from the Romantic period. And then maybe one other one you might hear would be Rhapsody in Blue, which is written by George Gershwin, who's an American composer in the more present era, the 20th century. So those are some of the songs that you might hear. And after all of this, you might be wondering, is this something like what you would hear at a regular concert hall? Do I have to dress up and everything? Well, no. The only performer, the only person that has to really dress up would be the performer, unlike at Reinhardt University where they might require everybody to dress up for the occasion. The only person that has to really dress up in formal attire would be me, the performer, and I would be wearing something like that. A long floor-length gown, have my hair done, or comfortable shoes to play in. Whereas you, the audience, could wear casual, you could wear sweats and t-shirt, you could wear bow tie, you could wear whatever you want, and it doesn't matter. So, to wrap it all up, I want to let you all know my junior recital is coming up, and in the spring of 2014, I will have finished all my requirements, and I'm very, very, very excited, and I hope all of you will be able to come and enjoy it just as much as I will.